Pope Francis not letting up on his climate change crusade. Check out this tweet that he sent yesterday, and here's the direct quote. "The Earth, our home, is beginning to look more and more like an immense pile of filth." Okay? That's separate from the Encyclical, where he was calling to fix the broken capitalist system. Sister Patricia Daly from the Tri-State Coalition for Responsible Investment joins us now. Sister, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
I got some very specific questions here. It seems to me that the Pope is preaching politics from the pulpit. And that's something I'm not too keen on. Are you okay with this?
Actually, have you read the document? It's a beautiful, beautiful pastoral letter, and I really encourage you and all your viewers to read the document.
It's a political document.
It's actually a reflection on the planet. It's a moral document.
But he's making policy. He's discussing policy.
What he does is he invites all kinds of people to the table. He invites climate scientists, he invites business people, he invites politicians, he invites world leaders, he invites consumers, people who are farmers, everybody needs to be engaged in this really critical issue today.
And it's not his only issue. And I go to church to have my soul saved. That's why I go to church. If I heard any kind of politics from the pulpit, I would leave that church, because that's not what church is for.
And actually, this Sunday and for weeks and months to come, Christians will be Catholics will be hearing from their pastors.
And I think it's a political message.
Not around.
And I disagree with that.
Well, I just, you know what?
Let me tell you. With it?
We're going to disagree, right? You're going to look at this as a political and business issue, and I think it's. The Pope is calling us to integration.
Okay.
We don't live in boxes, right? We don't live in all kinds of a dichotomized world. How we pray, how we eat, how we live, what we watch on television, how we consume, are all of a piece. How we relate to people, how we relate to our world.
He says he wants to, the Pope, the Holy Father says he wants to fix the perverse system. He's talking about capitalism. Now, I have to point out that capitalism, a form of capitalism, has raised 300 million Chinese people from abject poverty into the middle class. Same story in India. 200 million people from abject poverty into the middle class. That's the perverse system.
If Chinese people would call their system capitalism.
It's not a capitalist government, but it is a capitalist system in process.
Well,
now, the Pope says they need to fix that system.
So that's just it. This is not and there's no system in the world that's perfect.
But he's calling to fix this system. That is a political statement, and he's ignoring the success of that system in China and India.
Oh, he's not at all. If you read the document, he's absolutely acknowledging how capitalism has brought people to a greater quality of life, but that poor people and many species around the planet have been hurt. There are places right here in the New York area where you can go where there are toxic dumps, typically by poor communities. And that's what he's really reaching. He's asking us to really sit down and dialogue. I've been working with corporations on climate change since 1988. And what we do is we don't go at it for 5 minutes, and so this is all the time we have today. But we sit down and dialogue. And my executives, our executives of the companies that we own, sit down and they have a perspective. We come with another perspective, and we try to work it out. And that's the wonderful invitation that the Pope
Pope's Encyclical goes against fossil fuels. Doesn't like it, doesn't want it, wants to phase them out. You do that, and you're phasing out cheap fuel for $1 billion or $2 billion impoverished people?
There are so many economists now who have said that this is the time for new opportunities in the market to invest in climate finance.
Yes, but if you raise the price of fossil fuels, and that's what will happen, you are robbing poor people of cheap fuel, which could make them advance. What we need to
do is absolutely, if we have a planet to be able to live in and for capitalism to thrive in, we've got to be able to realize the
But
limitations.
the poor get hurt in this system.
And it's actually not. If you...
They would.
I would disagree. So we're going to disagree on that.
If you don't have cheap fossil fuel for poor people in third world countries, they get hurt. Their standard of living,
so then
their
let's
poverty
figure
status
out,
does not change.
And actually, we can do some leapfrogging in technologies. So many people on this planet, the people who really live on $1 a day or less, have no access to fossil fuels or any kind of energy. So let's get them. Let's really put money, invest money in the system so that we can...
Our money.
Our money, of course, but that's just it.
A transfer of wealth.
It is, but it's also, we've already seen, it's making money. These are new investments, they're not donations. Climate finance, we're transitioning to a low-carbon economy.
Okay.
And there are wonderful opportunities, and if our investment advisors aren't involved in that, we're going to lose money.
Sister, we appreciate you being with us. Sister Patricia Daly, thank you very much indeed.
I appreciate your time. Many blessings.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.